Hello, Mr. Robinson. I'm Dr. Von Gunton. Is this still a good time for us to chat?
It sure is. I'm kind of stuck here in bed. I got a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah, I understand. I think now that things have settled down, that you've been in the hospital, I wanted a chance to chat with you about your care and particularly plans for the future. It would help me to understand what you know from about your current condition from what the doctors have told you.
Well, the doctors, they say things like, your illness is going to significantly shorten your life, and so I think that's like code for the wheels are going to come off here before too much longer. Not funny, but yeah, I'm in some serious trouble. My illness is terminal, and I can feel I know it. I can feel the change in my body.
Well, that jives with what they've told me, that the heart failure is getting worse, and that it's getting worse despite everything they've tried.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh boy. We've yeah. Really. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what are you expecting?
I have to get resigned to all this, and I think I'm doing okay. I don't have regrets about the life I've had. I really don't. And it's hard to talk about these things to the people around me, because everybody's coaching me.
So I think it makes sense to be thinking about how you want this next part of your life to be, including the time when you die. What are you hoping for? What would the best be, knowing what you know about your illness?
Yeah. Well, I no more clinics, no more of this stuff. I want to. I have a nice home. It's not a palace. I want to go home. I'd like to die at home. The big stumbling block for me is my wife, and I don't want to be a burden. She loves me. I love her. We don't have a perfect relationship, but I don't want to be a burden to her, and I don't want to suck the life out of my children either. They have young kids, so I just want to go home and ride off into the sunset. And I prefer, I prefer not to unduly suffer. I'm not thinking it's going to be a picnic, but I'd like to have minimal discomfort, I guess. That's pretty much what I'm thinking.
And many people with with heart failure like yours, thinking about how they want their end of their life to be, also think about dying. Have you ever thought about how you want that to be?
These are all, oh, hey, let's go, I'd like to just go to sleep. If I could. And I think it's not like I'm an expert in last things, but I think that's my hope, that I go to sleep and don't suffer.
Well, what I've heard you say is that you know that the heart failure is getting worse, and that despite the best efforts of your doctors, it's going to keep getting worse, and you want to be comfortable. But when the time comes to die, you want that to be as painless and comfortable as possible, and you really want a natural death.
I do.
So one of the things I think I should do in the medical record today is I should write what we call a do not resuscitate order. And what that means is if you should die here in the hospital, that we would allow natural death to happen, and we wouldn't use heroic measures to try and reverse death.
Yeah. I do not want to be a burden. I pull my weight. I've carried my share. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm gorked. Excuse me. That's not. But
that's technical language.
Yeah,
I understand what you mean.
It's not like I've spent a lot of time in nursing homes, but I don't want that. I don't really want that, whether you're just out of it. That's not fair to anybody. It's maybe not even fair to me.
Okay. So I'm hearing, in addition to putting the DNR order in the chart, we should also talk some about how best to care for you. And particularly, I'm also hearing that you don't want life-prolonging measures as you get close to dying. That as long as you're comfortable, so you want comfort care when that time comes.
Precisely. You know, I mean, yeah, that's it. You know, I mean, I don't want to be thirsty. I don't want to be in pain. But no, I don't want the troops swooping in, you know, sticking stuff in me. I mean,
okay.
So.
Well, I will write the order and to make sure that happens. All right. Thanks very much.
Okay, sure. Can you elaborate a little bit? I mean, you know, maybe be a little more specific as to what that means?
The word resuscitation refers to a whole series of procedures where we use electric shocks to try and start your heart, or put you on a breathing machine, things that we would do after you died to try and reverse the death and bring you back.
I don't want the troops coming in and, you know, doing that, what is it, code blue or whatever.
For me to be clear, we're going to keep doing everything we can to keep you as comfortable and as well as possible. And we're only talking about what we would do when you die.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Anything before you die, we're going to try and keep you well.
Yeah.
But once death happens, we're saying we're not going to try and reverse death.